And Ludwig, what did you mean when you said you weren't going to do daily uploads anymore? Okay.
And then we'll cut it. Look, all I'm saying is here's my thing. Most people listen to stuff like this when they're working out on their commute. I think an hour is a great number. You hit 90 minutes, we start getting 1.5x speeded. Do you want to be a podcast people listen to at 1.5x?
Someone in your Discord in the Old Heads channel said, I'm probably going to listen on 1.5x speed.
Hey.
I said, I'm going to come to your house and beat your ass.
Hey, and to the guy listening on 1.5x speed, go fuck yourself, bro.
Look, 1.5x speed listeners are going to be by a dime a dozen if we're 90 minutes.
Fine. All right. You call it then. Fine. We'll
I have a final question.
Hour.
How many of the viewers who are listening right now for the first time have their dick in their hand?
No.
It's non-zero.
I don't
It's
want to know.
non-zero.
It is non-zero.
I want to know.
I don't want to know.
Look, hey.
Because they'll lie anyway. They'll cap.
They can just tell me.
No, you don't want that.
I do.
These aren't Uber
If you are
drivers.
18 plus and have your dick in your hand, please DM Aiden.
If you are, I would go to France every summer, and like when I was younger, I didn't like speak French super well. I understood a bit of it, and I would always be like transported to random houses, random aunts, random uncles. One time we go to like this insane, huge, random French country house, and I'm in bed and I have to pee really bad, but I don't know where the bathroom is, and I'm like a stupid 12-year-old. And so I'm just like panicking. It's like built up so heavily, and I don't want to leave the room and wake people up. And so I just panic. I panic. Eventually, I can't hold it in anymore. I just get up, and I piss my pants willingly. And then I just take my pants off and I sleep naked. That's what I came up with as a solution.
You see no other option.
I know. I just panicked and I just pissed my pants at like 12 years old, took my pants off, and there's a giant puddle of piss on the floor. And then I just went to bed naked. And then like French people, like they wake up at like 9 a.m. They're like, oh, pourquoi t'es pas raisé maintenant? Il faut manger la petit déjeuner.
They have a word for exactly what happened.
And then like I'm there.
Oh, the French word for child who can't find the
like
bathroom
German.
but decides to willingly piss himself.
I wake up and I have to be like, look, I don't want to scare you, but next to me is a giant puddle of piss and shit.
Wait, you shat?
No, but just a giant puddle of
Yeah.
piss and
I do think like every show creator has that has like some sort of anecdote about how they came up with it. Like usually some like really like cool or like sweet sort of story.
yeah.
And then but there's got to be like darker
Some
versions of all these.
depraved.
Like I don't want to know the Dan Harmon logs.
Oh god.
Dan
God,
Harmon
no.
is a troubled man. Like, if I made a cartoon show, it'd probably have to do with like fucking dripping out of wearing a diaper while I fucking.
It would be like a walking gonorrhea dick that just leaks everywhere, and he's made fun of it for it.
It's a sitcom.
What's up, Leaky? What's up, Leaky face?
Dude, I literally had
where
to
all the adults wear
put
diapers.
paper towel. I know I keep bringing it up, but it was traumatic almost. I had to put paper towels in my pants to catch it was a front diaper.
Yeah.
And
I felt bad
I
for
told
you that
Dan
week.
about it, which is Nick's boss, and he was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry you have to wear a diaper."
All Right Man was a little less chipper that week.
All right,
sure.
man did not shout as
Doesn't
loud
hit
as
as hard.
he could.
Hey, diaper fact. More
Diaper
diapers
time.
are sold in Japan for adults than for babies.
That's not true.
It's true.
I believe that.
What?
Yeah, they sell more adult diapers because they're declining
Their birth
population
rate's so low.
in birth rate.
And people live so long.
For adults.
Oh, it's not a sex thing. It's just old
Wait,
people
what
shitting
did
in
you
their
think?
pants.
Oh, you thought like everyone had
Yeah.
Why would you
gonorrhea?
jump to that
No,
conclusion?
not gonorrhea, but like when you say adult diapers, I thought of like a healthy adults wearing diapers.
As for sexual gratification.
Yeah, and that's what I thought. And that's what
That
I
was
thought.
your first
Yeah,
thought.
that's a weird first thought, man.
my first thought.
That's got to be a
weird first
decent
thought.
slice of the pie chart.
That's what I'm
How
saying.
many
No
people had
shot.
their first thought as that though? That was
Japan
their first thought?
does have some, weird, very prevalent, I feel like, trends related to sex like that.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
that's why
But-
I jumped right to it because
So-
diapers.
No, it's
bro.
grannies
But
and
it's
Grammys.
old people.
Grandpas and grandmas.
Grandpas and
Mima
grandmas.
and Mimo.
Does that mean they shit in diapers more than they shit in toilets?
No.
I think they're.
Well,
I don't know.
think that's what it means at all.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what it means. I would.
I'm just. One time, he tells me this story about the time he went to an orgy, and he said he was like 16 or 17. He like hated his parents, and he got it. And in the 70s, apparently you could do anything, and people like talked like idiots. My dad's what was it like his outlook on like women and asking them out or like whatever. He's like, you ask 100 girls out, 99 of them say no, one of them says yes.
Yeah.
He's like, and I'm like, I would tell him like, your game is so bad probably. Like, how did you ever pull girls? And that's what he told me.
Yeah.
Right? And
It's a numbers game.
Yeah, it's like it's a numbers game, and then. Dude,
Still calls them broads.
I visited. I went with him.
Sweetheart.
Hey, sweetheart, come here.
Sweetheart. Come on.
I
Oh,
went
it's
with him to his
awful.
old hometown. It was a long time ago. We went up with one of his like old like high school friends, and he's like weird too. And he's like, "Oh, you and my old man, we were a couple of." And I'm like,
What?
And I'm like,
No
in my head,
way.
I'm like, who? I have never heard that
Dude,
word.
I've never.
That's a Dark Souls enemy.
Up until you told that story the first time, I've never heard that phrase.
And I'll say it now
ever.
when I'm trying to make you guys laugh. I'll pull out, and it's just like really crap.
It is so
it's
crass.
so, dude,
Holy
it
shit.
cuts
It
so
is
hard. I do
jarring.
not like that at
It'll
all.
get this video demonetized, actually.
Yeah.
So my dad,
We will have to mute out that word.
my dad, he tells me this story. This was a long time. He's like, I would tell you, I went to an orgy, and I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, so I was like 18, and I flew out to California because I knew a guy out there who like played jazz. He's actually really good at the piano, which is also weird. And he's like, I played jazz. I hang out with the jazz guys.
By the way, that's also what Anthony would do every day, or Anthony's dad would do every day while he stayed at our house, is he would sit all day, watch TV, and then about every 2 hours, he would play piano
And
for
then
like 30
read a
minutes.
book for 30 minutes and then
Yeah, and then go back to the TV.
and
It was
just and all the while wishing he was gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just a man of culture all around.
And so he's like, I went to California, and I met up with these guys, and they took me to this like mansion. It's like this rich people's mansion, and I figure out it's an orgy, and everyone's like taking their clothes off, and they start having sex, and I'm like 16, right? And so I start, I take off my clothes, and he's so crass, dude. He's like, and I start pulling my pud in the corner.
No way.
He said this. He's like, I start pulling my pud,
He's like the lyrics of a Primus song.
dude.
Pulling my pud.
Pulling my pud.
I've never heard that
I've never
word.
heard pud in my
And
life.
he's like, and I go up to this, this
call him
woman,
Pud every day.
and she's like naked, and I'm like, hey, and he's like talking about himself, and he's being a prick. And he's like, hey, could you possibly perhaps like suck my dick?
Mostly
Dude, Ludwig.
me
What?
bringing up
What?
daily uploads.
That's your Ludwig? Wait,
Yeah, this is distracting.
I can't.
I'm trying to.
Sorry, go ahead.
This is our clip channel. I'm trying to farm right here.
Boys, look.
Go ahead. Let's start from the top. And action.
No, you have to ask. You have to ask me like, hey, what did you mean when you?
What did you mean when you said you were going to stop daily uploads?
So, dude, I cannot do it if you're gonna do this.
I got you.
I'm done.
Okay.
He's over here pulling
go.
his
Just go.
butt.
Okay.
He can't focus on the clip.
And Ludwig, what did you mean when you said you weren't going to do daily uploads anymore? Okay, hold on. Lead him in. Lead him in.
No, I got it.
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
Let me do it.
No, lead him in.
Let me do it.
No, Aiden.
Hey,
Quiet on
shut-
set. Quiet on
shut-
set.
Reset.
Podcast will die and
Lead him
it'll
in.
be your fault.
Lead him in.
Okay. So, Ludwig, why is you talking about the video, man? All right.
So a lot of people been asking about why I talked about ending daily uploads.
What they asking about?
Very simply, I actually think it's a good idea. I actually think it's a good idea to end daily uploads and do more quality videos. I probably won't for a while because I like the streak, but I'm thinking about it. I'm just
yeah.
putting the thought in people's minds.
Uh-oh,
Distinct
topic guy.
eye contact
Hey,
with me.
I have a-
Hey, tell me about the Olympics. Come on.
No. I actually have a. So I watched this other. I don't even watch a podcast, but there's a trend on TikTok. I thought this would be funny, where they read Reddit threads of "Am I the asshole?"
Oh yeah.
So when there was a lull, I just had copied this one. If you guys want to hear it.
yeah.
Okay. Am I the asshole? Hey, this happened a couple weeks ago, but it caused a huge fight, and I'm still on bad terms with my roommate. For context, I was let go from my job due to COVID. I live with a roommate who has a job that allows him to work from home. We live in a small house, so our desks are in the same work area. Due to my recent job loss, I've been spending a lot of time with him. It's been pretty good. We're similar and get along great. We share a fridge in the work area that's usually stocked with energy drinks. I like LaCroix. One evening,
Oh my god!
I took a can of iced tea that looked really good and drank it without thinking much of it. We've had tea in there before, admittedly a different flavor though. My roommate saw I drank the tea and was furious.
Oh my god!
He
I'm
said that his special tea he got to enjoy and that I should have known it wasn't mine. I said I'd get him a new one, but he said I should apologize. I didn't think I did anything wrong, so I didn't apologize and we had a fight. Am I the asshole? Now, if you guys don't get it, this is actually what happened a few days ago between Aiden and Slime. Aiden was the narrator's voice, and Slime was the one who got upset at him for the tea.
I was so fucking mad at Aiden.
You know,
Like,
dude,
I had to chill out.
I took a video while this was happening.
You thought it'd be funny.
I thought it'd be funny, and then it was real quick one of those things where you go and you put the phone down.
By the way, we're fine now. Me and Aiden are very good at having disagreements and then
It was so
hugging
funny.
it
It
out.
was so funny because me and Anthony go get food, and he's like gets his specialty out of the fridge, and he also asked me to get coffee. So I'm like, "You get coffee and tea?" He's like, "No, this is for later."
I was so hyped.
And I was like,
so hyped.
I'm like, oh, dude, he's reserving a little treat for himself. Oh man, I was even thinking maybe I should get one.
Beast video.
I
or
don't
dream.
understand. Okay, but that's a good point. Content for you just has a different dictionary definition in your head.
You brought this up with the.
I thought content meant shit on YouTube.
I mean,
Maybe
yeah, I
content's
guess
the friends who met along the way.
everything could be content, but I think content, the way for like a content creator, like it's not the same. The guy,
You're
the
so
108
in your fucking bubble world.
The
where you
108
cut out Hassan and you play with Valkyrie and you're late for the podcast because you got your cool friends and you're playing a scary game so the kiddos can fucking be like, oh, Ludwig. And they.
I want to go join Aiden
What's
over
the
there.
coolest media cassette?
Aiden looks
console?
comfy.
Okay,
over
the
there.
coolest one, it's like a suitcase.
What the fuck?
And you
guys
open it and it's like a giant cassette.
Dude, coolest media
Dude, I
console.
was at an estate sale this weekend, and I'd never been to one before. They're really sad because you're just walking through like a fucking graveyard.
Yeah.
This is fucked up.
essentially.
He texted me. He's like, I got a gift for you. And I'm like, oh my God, that's sick. And I said, where are you? He's like, oh, I'm coming home right now. I'm like, dope, dope, dope. I'm sitting in the garage working out, garage door open because I'm so excited for Nick to come home that I'm letting the sun beam
Not sure he
in.
does it all the time.
I'm
It
so
was
excited
the
for
big
Nick to
garage
come
door.
home.
No,
yeah.
he does that still.
Come, just give
Every
me
single
something.
time.
Just give me
No.
something.
Because all content is on YouTube.
Bald.
Go on.
Yes!
Shout out to Coinbase.
Hey, it's okay.
So,
Hey, you're doing great. You're doing great over there. Hey, can we get an ISO on Eamon, Archie?
Gummy
Video?
cam, gummy cam. Archie, I want an overlay over this cam that says gummy cam.
Gummy cam, like
do
at a
like a-
baseball game.
THC level, and it just like they're just like guaranteed representation, even
Yeah.
in the smallest fraction.
Yeah, but I think those guys have been like, you know.
No, they all
They've
got
been-
like tried. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
One dude's like on the run and shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, he like slapped one of these guys slapped a woman on television. She was like,
Dude,
they were
this video,
debating.
this video is
They were-
crazy.
they were
Zipper,
having a debate.
you can pull this up. He's like the leader of the political
Yeah,
party,
yeah.
and he's on like a talk show on a news show, and in the middle of it, he just gets upset and he whips the one woman on the panel in the face.
He slaps a
and then
woman
they,
in the face.
and then they just pull him off the show. But
They're
then
like,
he,
come on,
he stayed the leader of the party for like the next 3
Oh, yeah.
years. Like nothing happened.
That's
the
crazy.
fascists weren't like, hey, come on, man, respect women more.
Yeah.
They were like,
Hey, like Zeus.
Did he kind of like observe a bunch of people and he was like, her? Like, you know,
I think she was just.
She was,
probably-
they were beefing on the show. She's like going back and forth with
Okay.
them, and then
He's
she's
like a random
I can't-
person in the
I can't
audience.
take this anymore.
That's how they
and he
shake
just
hands
rips.
Yeah.
Okay,
Man,
you're
this shit, this shit is crazy.
holy
What
shit.
the-
Wait.
Oh my
You're
God.
swinging at her, dude.
He uses both hands.
Yeah.
tanked it.
May
Wow.
I say she tanked that.
She did
she,
tank-
she
yeah.
looked at him
She
like
took it like a
Mayweather.
champ.
She was like,
Yeah.
Again.
Charlie watched.
I
those
would have loved
slap
for her to
fight
fuck
videos.
him up.
yeah, yeah.
Fucking crushed it.
And
then
Shouts out to her.
These guys go on to like orchestrate a bunch of killings of like
Yeah.
of
Fucking
immigrants.
hell.
Yeah, And they were found guilty. They're found guilty of murder, and
They're found
kicked out
guilty,
of
but
the
they,
apartment.
they didn't get prosecuted until they killed a Greek person.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
So they this went on for like years, and then they finally like they go too far.
Jesus
quote,
Christ.
And kill
That
a
is the
Greek
worst-
person instead of an
yeah.
immigrant, and then they all get tried and like kicked out
That's
of
so
the
fucking
parliament. Yeah.
embarrassing, dude.
This is happening in a bunch.
Come
of places
on, why
in
you gotta
Europe.
say this in front? You gotta say this in
In
front of me,
defense, this is
dude.
happening in a bunch of places.
Yeah, this is like Europe
Europe's
is
fucked right now.
is all
Yeah.
fucked.
There's a
yeah.
giant German coup planned.
Damn.
There's a bunch of people in Germany who are planning a coup on the government.
Really?
They found
Yeah.
out. There's like
Yeah, it's fucking
ex-military
insane.
people, because a lot of the military people are still like Nazis.
Are they doing this on Twitter? Is it like everyone just knows?
They have like meetings that they were going to.
Yeah, they go to the McDonald's.
In the meetings, they were getting more and more radical.
I think you just ambiguously organize under like the guise of something, right? Until you actually start doing.
Tossed out of a
Wait,
bar.
I actually also took this picture of the cringiest person on the internet the other day.
I can't see it.
It's a picture of Aiden.
Nice.
The other
Nice,
day,
very well done.
today, like an hour ago, I took a picture of Aiden. I want to take a look at this cringy guy I saw earlier. He goes, yeah.
Oh, dude,
man.
what a bit!
It's a good one.
That's
yeah.
a day one. Oh no, it was.
And then I hit him with the same one 20 minutes after that, but slightly different wording.
Yeah.
Eamon is very easy to like when he's doing something and you get his attention.
Yeah.
He forgets all conversations you ever had before. So you could probably do it like 3 times in a row.
Aiden's gonna come home with a gun one day. We gotta
He's
relax.
the guy that we have to befriend. Otherwise, he says, "Don't come to the yard tomorrow." And then we're like, "Oh, damn, bro!
Yeah,
I knew
go
you were young. I
load
didn't think
that
you were-
bitch up.
I mean, yeah, I guess you already did get the yopper on the bonus Patreon episode.
And
I think
do-
I was
I'd do
more
it again.
impressed by the turnaround of that joke because I sat down for like a couple seconds. He took the photo and then did the bit.
Oh my god!
Dude,
Dude, I thought you were pointing at my shirt.
God, dude, you got destroyed. You got
Dude.
diced up
Come on.
live.
You got hit with the day one?
So after the date, I went to a capsule machine, which I know there are a
Nice.
bunch in Japan.
Yeah.
And dude,
Dude, this is like high school. It's like you hit a fucking nerd with the day one. Like, anyway, so on this date,
So I
I
was
was
fucking
on
this
at
girl.
the
So
mall.
So Sasha,
Yeah.
she's giving me a blow.
And he's pulling his phone. He's writing his manifesto right now.
He's adding to his list.
He's playing Down by Blink-182. Putting in his AirPods.
Yeah, I'm addicted to capsule machines because I was kept rolling for Kirby.
Yeah, he got me a bunch of Kirby's.
Are you
I-
fucking serious?
Yeah, I put like $20 in and I put all my didgeridoos to try to get Kirby.
Yeah, I
'Cause
got
I
one
wanted to get him
Kirby.
Kirby.
I got a Sleepy, DDD. I got the whole
Where was
cast.
my capsule, bro?
I did get you a small present
Okay.
that I have not given to you yet.
You're waiting for the right moment.
Your birthday.
You weren't. Yeah, you're next year.
I have been absent.
Yeah, you've been away.
I haven't played
gone.
I haven't played a video game in so long.
Of who I'm typically attracted to, maybe she's a
On the
little
younger
lower-
end.
She's a little lower,
Yeah.
lower on it.
Wow. Yeah,
But-
and you said it was a boys' club, and now here you are telling
I-
this hard
hold on.
3 that you don't want her. You weird old Swedish
Telling
woman.
this,
not what I
this
said.
soft 4.
That's not what I
this
said.
This poor soft 4.
Sing Mamma Mia again, you bat.
But in my head, I'm like, she's still cute, like, and I'm fucking in Sweden. Like, this would be cool. This would be fun. And I've told you this before, but when I'm really drunk, I think
You're the
Nick,
real you,
Nick
and-
just killed.
I just
Nick just killed
murdered
a
a
fly.
fly.
That was
For the
that was
bug
spot
zapper.
on.
No, no, no.
No, I wait for no one.
Should have waited
He's
for the
better
Ah,
than the
that
bug.
was
He's better
better.
than
That's
machine.
the real bug zapper.
That was
This
good
is man versus
execution.
machine.
Elon won't beat us.
He needs to prove we don't need that.
Yeah,
when
and
the
your
apocalypse
balls.
comes.
So the result
Yeah.
is you don't go with her.
So hold on, I feel like I had like the next step in like what happened, and now I can't remember.
You said it'd be fun. You're in Sweden.
Oh, I was gonna provide the context of like so when I'm drunk, I'm like the easiest person alive. I will if I'm wasted. This is probably maybe a bad thing to put out there, but if I'm wasted and you ask me to have sex with you, I will probably say yes.
Wow,
I
okay.
will.
Only 15 after telling people to DM you. Wow, bold man.
And if you're over the age of 22, like
Yeah.
it's,
No, it sounds like you're soliciting the bat signal to be like it's a yard-shaped
No,
signal.
no,
You're like,
I'm
if I'm
just
drunk, I
explaining.
will. Lady's house, and they started like dating.
Wait, hold on. There's a lot of missing. He
'Cause-
just went to her home.
Here's the thing:
Just
where I
showed
grew up, the adults were very irresponsible, and they would often drink with students. That's not what she looked like.
Wow.
But it's also not far away from what she looked like, Zipper.
Really?
Yeah.
How old was she?
She was like double his age.
This is an Aiden situation.
This is an Aiden
on,
situation.
dude.
Oh, I can't call it an Aiden situation.
Hey.
Double?
When in Sweden, as we call it, when you fuck the lunch lady.
Do as the Swedish
Okay.
do.
She was
By the way-
9
Swedes will.
years older.
Do you want to announce the baby?
She was not. Oh, come on,
Eamon
dude.
Jr.?
The little meatball.
No,
and
stop.
so yeah, it was this weird occurrence. I guess it happened a lot. now that I'm thinking about it, a lot of people from my school ended up having sex with the adults when they got out of the school.
That's weird.
And that's weird,
it is
guys.
weird.
Why was it like that?
That's the grad party.
You
Oh.
that's your grad
Either
party.
way, this
in
guy.
Colorado, you get your diploma by fucking a faculty
you
member.
have to
when I
earn it.
went to
Really low graduation rate out there.
when I went to my high school reunion, one of my like friends in high school, he was like my best friend in high school. We fell away as you do sometimes. But we start talking, we catch up, and he's like, dude, I'll just make up a name. He's like, I fucked Julie's mom. And I'm like, no way. And he's like, yeah, dude. And I'm just like, how? He's like, I don't know, we just got close. And I'm like,
He's
this
like,
is so
how?
fucking crazy.
He's like
How do you
10%
just
luck.
get-
It's not out of pocket if it's true.
It was like everyone's gassing themselves up and someone was French and they said the French have big penis and I said well I refute that
Yeah.
and no one laughed and she kicked me out right after
Oh.
and it felt terrible.
See, at least I made it to
See,
top 3
it's a-
based on nothing but my wits.
That's a good gamble though, because it's a porn star. It's like you could
I thought she would like a small
she
dick
sees you
for
as
once.
honest. She sees you as
Yeah.
honest and funny.
Yeah.
But instead she was like, the numbers don't compute.
Yeah.
Delivery.
Please, more big dick. That's what I want.
It's,
Like,
it's delivery because you said earlier in the episode smoking that shit that made the king jump, but
Yeah.
you said it in a way that kind of throws it away. And for all our comedy nerds out there, delivery is everything, and you fucked that up.
yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate the insight.
Write that one
Oh,
down.
come on. Oh, damn. For the audio listeners.
Look at it dent in. Look at it dent in because there's
Slime-
nothing there.
Slime tapped
Oh.
the tip of Ludwig's penis with his finger like a.
How we doing, girlfriends? We still in there? We still having a good time?
No, I
Hope
will
you
say
are.
there's a time in which I really appreciate you, Ludwig, as like trusting me, which doesn't feel like it happens a lot. You withhold affection a lot because I've told you I love you a lot. You've I think never told me or apologized to me for anything. But there are times where so Friendsgiving. You remember Friendsgiving when I had gonorrhea
Yeah.
and I had my diaper on and I told you and I was like I have gonorrhea, dude.
I
You're like,
remember
"Oh,
because I
shit."
walked by the bathroom. You went,
We're moving so fast.
That was my most memorable part of Friendsgiving too.
So I'm like in a weird state, right? I have gonorrhea. It's Friendsgiving.
You
It's a
have
planned group
diapers.
activity.
So much happened.
There,
at that
there's a
one
lot
dinner.
going on. Yeah, a lot melee happened, and there's a lot going on. And you came up to me and you were like, "Hey, you need. We're starting at like 7. You need to come down. And for the little W's, you need to farm little W's." He basically said, "You need to come entertain our guests because you're funny,"
Yeah.
and that meant a lot to me.
Wow.
And also when you like have me on.